What's the best way to get ready for the Kentucky Derby? Follow the prep races. And this weekend, after Thanksgiving and Black Friday, we have the Kentucky Jockey Club Stakes, a mile and a 16th on the dirt at Churchill Downs. Hi, it's Maura from Trifecta and a little bit extra. And we're talking the Kentucky Jockey Club Stakes, a Kentucky Derby points race. So let's dive right in. And as always, I give you the stats, you make the picks. Let's look at the number 1 horse, the Woodbine Invader. He's Not Joking. He's Not Joking is trained by Josie Carroll and would be ridden by Florent Giroux. And what you need to know is she rarely ships her horses to run on the dirt. See, He's Not Joking has been running up at Woodbine on the synthetic. Now, this does not worry me. He's Not Joking is by Practical Joke. And if you look at Practical Joke's top progeny, we're talking about Practical Move, who won the 2023 Santa Anita Derby. Domestic Product, who was just in the Breeders Cup Dirt Mile. He's Not Joking has had 4 starts, 2 wins, 1 place and 1 show. Broke his maiden second time out, 7 furlong race, was on or at the lead for most of the race and on the inside. Finishes a length and a quarter above everybody else. Next race out, another 7 furlong race. Not near the lead, also on the inside, but finishes 3rd. Now the last race was the G3 Gray Stakes. Super impressive race for He's Not Joking. Was near the back for most of the race. Then coming into that last turn, just let loose. Went 4 to 5 wide, won by 4. Definitely a contender for this race. The number 2 horse is Jonathan's Way, and he is our morning line favorite. He's trained by Phil Bauer and will be ridden by Joel Rosario. Now, Jonathan's Way is out of Vacoma. We should always take note when we see a 2-year-old out of Vacoma because Vacoma has incredible stats for 2-year-olds, 23% win rate. Jonathan's Way was very impressive in his first 2 times out. In his maiden race, he was mid-pack for the race, but wins by 4. Then he goes to the G3 Iroquois Stakes, a mile at this track, Churchill Downs. Gate to wire, wins by 2. Unfortunately, his next race, the Breeders Cup Juvenile, first time going 2 turns, a mile and a 16th, finished poorly, finished 7th. He has to rebound from that race. Now, his trainer says he's been touting himself, which is the reason why he's wheeling him back to the Kentucky Jockey Club Stakes. On November 16th, he went 58 and change in a 5 furlong workout, something we definitely need to take note of. The number 3 horse is Tiztastic, and Tiztastic is trained by Steve Asmussen, the leading trainer here at Churchill Downs. He'll be ridden by Christian Torres. Now, Tiztastic is by Tiz the Law, another leading sire of 2-year-olds with a 20% win rate, and Tiztastic is his leading progeny. In fact, Tiztastic is the highest earner in this field, with $781,000 earned. He's had 4 starts, 2 wins, 1 place. Both wins, however, were on the turf at Kentucky Downs, one in a 6.5 furlong race and the other in the Juvenile Mile Stakes. The last time we saw him, though, was here at Churchill Downs, this distance, this track, in the G3 Street Sense, where he finished 2nd, 5 furlongs behind the winner. He's going to have to improve his speed and show us he likes the dirt as much as he likes the turf. The number 4 horse is Dapper Moon, and Dapper Moon is trained by Dallas Stewart and will be ridden by Ricardo Santana Jr. 4 starts, 1 win and 1 place, and the win and place came at Saratoga. First time out was a 6 furlong race. He was fractious at the gate, he hit the gate, but managed to come in 2nd. Second time out was a 7 furlong race, where it was a really hot pace. He pushed for the lead, fell back to 3rd, but opened up and won by 5. Then he goes to the Breeders' Futurity at Keeneland. First time going 2 turns, a mile and a 16th. Again, pushed for the lead, was up near 2nd, but didn't have the energy to finish and finished 4th. The last time we saw him was this track, this distance in the G3 Street Sense, where, again, he was checked a bit and finishes 4th. So you have to ask yourself, does he just not like the longer distances, or is he putting it all together? The number 5 horse is Filoso, and Filoso is trained by Chad Summers and will be ridden by Johnny Velasquez. 3 starts, 1 win and 1 show. 2 of the starts came at Saratoga. Very first race, 6 furlong race, finishes 4th, but then goes into a maiden race, $100,000 maiden mile race, great inside trip, wins by 3. goes to the Breeders' Futurity, first time going a mile and a 16th. Took a big step forward in that race, was towards the rear for most of the race, but strong kick and finished third. Now, if the pace sets up hot in this race as projected, he's the one to watch because of that kick. Also on November 7th, had a huge workout going 59 and change for 5 furlongs. The number 6 horse is Clock Tower. Clock Tower is trained by Wesley Ward and will be ridden by Gerardo Corrales. Clock Tower's by Not This Time, another sire you have to pay attention to as a sire of 2-year-olds with a 19% win rate. Clock Tower has been always on the board. 4 starts, 1 win, 1 place, 2 shows. But what you need to know is the last 2 races, including the win, came on the turf. He won in a 6.5 furlong race at Kentucky Downs on the turf. And the question is, who did he really beat? The last time we saw him was a mile and a 16th in the G2 Castle and Key Bourbon Stakes at Keeneland, where he set a super hot fast pace, was in the lead for most of that race, but came in third, behind a 38-1 long shot Minaret Station. The last time Clock Tower was out on the dirt was Saratoga, going a mile, where he came in second behind Tenacious Leader. Now, Tenacious Leader competed against Dapper Moon and Filoso in this race in the Breeders' Futurity and didn't fare very well. Came in behind both of those horses. What we know about Clock Tower is he'll be part of the pace setup. He should be going strong very early. The number 7 horse wins the best name of the field, and that's Sonic Skidaddle. He's trained by Brendan Walsh and will be ridden by Tyler Gaffalione. Now, he only has 2 starts. He breaks his maiden second time out here at Churchill Downs, going 7 furlongs, wins by 4. He may not have the class of the other runners, but he has a win here at Churchill Downs, and he has Tyler Gaffalione, who's the leading rider. The number 8 horse is First Resort, and First Resort is trained by Owen Hardy and will be ridden by Luis Saez. First Resort has had 3 starts, 1 win, and 1 place. Won first time out at Ellis Park, going 5.5 furlongs on a muddy track, then goes to the G2 Saratoga Special, 6.5 furlongs, and comes in second. Now, both of those races, First Resort was on or near the lead, which would make you think he's going to be part of the pace setup here. He goes to the G1 Summer Stakes up at Woodbine, a mile on the turf, was mid-pack and came in 4th. The one thing to note, though, about First Resort, doesn't have the Keeneland or Churchill experience as we're seeing with the other runners and other winners of this race. The number 9 horse is coming to you from our Kentucky Derby winning duo of Kenny McPeek and Brian Hernandez Jr., and his name is Render Judgement. Now, Kenny McPeek and Brian Hernandez Jr., they also won this race in 2018 with Signal Man. Render Judgement is by Blame, 2 starts with 1 win. Broke his maiden second time out, this distance, this track, and that's what he has going for him. Now, Render Judgement is going to have to improve on speed, but hey, we're talking about 2-year-olds, and we know how easily that can happen. And finally, we have the number 10 horse, Redacted. Redacted is trained by Dallas Stewart and will be ridden by Edgar Morales. He is by Honor Code. Now, Redacted hasn't shown us much. 1 race at Churchill Downs, 7 furlongs on a sloppy track, was leading but outkicked and came in second. I do want you to note, though, this is Dallas Stewart, and Dallas Stewart does well with long shots. And Redacted had a super fast workout on November 4th, going 59 and change for 5 furlongs. However, the one negative, outside post. And since we just finished Thanksgiving, I just want to take a moment to thank all of you who have been on this journey with me. You've been such a blessing to me, and I want to wish all the blessings to you and your family. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. And most of all, sashay away with your money. If you like my channel, like, subscribe, comment. Find me at www.trifectaandextra.com. Cheers!